Hello guys, and welcome to another video. And this is going to be a little different because it's a rant. And before we get started, I just wanted to say that my review of Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity will hopefully be up later this week. I just decided to make this video first because I thought it was important to get my opinion out there. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So, as you've probably heard through either Twitter, YouTube, or any other place on the internet, Nintendo has been on a record of doing some pretty bad things lately. I mean, 2020 wasn't the best year for them. Actually, it's almost one of their worst. I'd say it's just a little worse than it was in 2016, in my opinion, just because of their business decisions, not necessarily the games. Because Animal Crossing New Horizons is one of my favorite games of all time, if it was made by Nintendo or not. So, I honestly can't understand why people are still defending Nintendo. It's just like, I'm a Nintendo fan. Like you can't prove that wrong. I'm definitely a Nintendo fan, but I don't necessarily agree with what they do as a company. I'm not like simping to them, if you could say it like that. So basically, like, they've been on a record of doing really bad things. First, like, obviously, it was the Melee thing where they had an event that they shut down, and basically they were using Slippy, which was a hack to get Melee online, so people could play it together during a pandemic. But because it was using that, Nintendo had to shut the whole tournament down, and because, like, for legal action, just because they were using that. And I know Nintendo is allowed to do that. Nintendo has every right to do that, but that doesn't mean it's the right thing to do. Like, during a pandemic right now, people really need something to do. They really want to play the game that they play, like Melee. There's people that play Melee, and it's, like, really important to them. And just shutting it down like that just is a big middle finger to their fans. And, like, even though technically it's not legal to do that, like with the hacks and everything, Nintendo really needs to provide an option for people to play Melee. Just like put Melee on the Switch or something like that. Re-release it like they did with all the 3 Mario games they did in September. They should just do that and have online support with it and everything. But they just shut it down, and there's no options for people to play it legally. And, well, it's just like a very anti-consumer thing for them to do. And I honestly can't understand why people are defending it. And it just goes downhill from there. Earlier this month, Nintendo had to shut down their Splatoon 2 tournament because people participating in that tournament had names with, like, free Melee and everything. And they were trying to support the movement for, like, Melee and everything, and trying to go against Nintendo and try to get Nintendo to do the right thing. But Nintendo just shut it down. And, like, this really shows that Nintendo is really blind with what's going on with their fans and everything. And as much as they do for us, like, it may seem like they do some good things for us, like they did update 3D All-Stars to have the GameCube controller support and everything. They are still, like, shutting things down and kind of going against the fans. And, like, it's really not good. Like, to have a company that many people love because of their games, and I love Nintendo games. They're my favorite games. Nintendo as a developer is my favorite game developer. But as a company, they are not supporting their fans at all. Well, I wouldn't say at all, maybe like just a little bit, but like not very much. So, next thing, which happened just a couple days after the Splatoon incident. So, remember Etika? Etika was one of my favorite YouTubers, and unfortunately he took his life back in June 2019. And it's really unfortunate and really sad, because, like, he was a big, like, Nintendo fan and everything, a big Nintendo YouTuber, and he was, like, he had positive energy to him, and, like, he had such a good influence on the Nintendo community. And that's why we still, like, support his legacy and everything. And, like, they also had these things called the Edicons, which were, in his memory, these Joy-Con, like, covers, like, these special Joy-Con things for your Joy-Cons, like, in memory of Etika and everything. Nintendo just shut it down. And because of, like, legal reasons and everything. And I mean, that, like, another thing, this is, like, this is even worse than the Melee situation. Just because it technically is legal for Nintendo to do this. Nintendo can technically do this. That doesn't mean it's right. That was actually horrible that Nintendo did that. Like, any decent company would have supported them. They would have helped them make this an actual product, or help them sell it separately, or let them do this. Like, make it a third-party brand or anything, like, something like that. Make it official. For example, Sega actually, like, supports fan games and stuff like that, with Sonic Mania and stuff like that. Oh, and then with all those fan games, Nintendo just shuts them down. But as a Nintendo fan, like, I don't like what Nintendo's doing right now. But I'm not gonna just keep shooting Nintendo down for everything. Yes, I am, like, calling them out for all this stuff that they're doing, but I really want them to improve from this. They are at the very lowest spot they can be right now. Probably, like, around where they were in 2016. Not financially, obviously, but just, like, connect with their fans and everything like that, connecting with them and everything. But I want to see them improve in 2021. I want them to have better game output, better connection with their fans. I want them to actually listen to their fans, like it says in their Twitter bio. And that's just gonna make people support them more and buy their products more. It's just gonna help them, it's gonna help us, everyone is gonna be happy. And, like, that's basically what I have to say here. I really want Nintendo to improve. I really hate Nintendo as a company right now, like, with what they're doing. But I want to see them improve. I really want to see them improve as a Nintendo fan. I completely disagree with what they're doing. I honestly don't know why people are still, like, defending them for what they're doing. Like, I'm not defending them at all. Like, I just want to see them improve. Because they're very, very low right now with their business decisions. And I just want to see them improve. Hopefully 2021 could be a new year. Hopefully they could just improve from that. They could just go up from here. So, anyways, that's basically my take on this situation, my opinions and everything like that. And I don't know why people are still defending them for some of the things that they're doing. I'm actively going against their decisions on Twitter and saying everything about that, so... And, by the way, I'm not going harsh on Nintendo. They definitely deserve this. And, anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. Please leave a comment what you think about Nintendo's wrongdoings and this situation. And thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more. And make sure to check out my Twitter and Discord server if you want to. Goodbye.